I never leave. And you're going to wait, so what? Okay? So no issue about that. We're going to be here until for however long it takes. If you want your picture taken with me, that's fine. But because I'm an old guy, I can't bounce up and down 300 times. So you just got to come to me to the chair and somebody take a picture. That's fine. I'll sign every book, and I usually put my under your name. Mrs. Kenda here to my immediate left. She's wearing the shirt. She and I met in high school, so we've known each other 5-6 years now, I guess. Maybe longer than that. And she's the reason why the show exists. I mean, when I got a letter from Discovery, they approached me about this. And my wife said, "What's that?" I said, "It's a letter from some guy. Says you're going to put me on TV like that's going to happen. You should call him." I'm not calling him. I don't like TV people. I'm not calling him. So she beat me up for 3 days. And I finally said, all right. Out of self-defense, I will call him. We started filming season 8 on February the 5th. So here we go again. Our new season will premiere probably the 3rd week of August of this coming year. What you may not realize, I never did until I got in this business. If you watch television in Europe, you watch TV that's made by American networks or the BBC. Nobody in the world makes television, they buy it from Americans and from the BBC, and they put their language to it, either subtitle or voiceover, because they don't need actors, they don't need cameras, they don't need anything. They just buy the programming and they show it. So every year they have the Golden Globe Awards in Cannes, France for movies. And the week before that they have something called MIP, it's French, I used to know the words, I forgot. But everybody calls it MIP. And in MIP the world's buyers come. The American networks and the BBC are there with their wares. And the world's buyers say, "What do you got for me?" Well, for the past 10 years, the most desired program worldwide is American reality crime. Well, I haven't had one of those. So this program is broadcast in 178 countries in 100 languages. It's literally all over the world. I get autograph requests from Tasmania, from Moscow, from Indonesia. I mean, it's crazy. I took my daughter and her husband and my son and Kathy and I went to Ireland this past summer for 15 days. My daughter has never seen the show. She's a logistics officer for Global Strike Command at Barksdale Air Force Base in Louisiana, and all she does is work. They don't have a television. So she knows that Dad has some show keeps him out of the bars, and on TV and so on. So we go to Europe. Well, it's the #1 show in the UK. So we arrive in the Dublin airport. We're there 10 minutes, and this Irishman walks up to me, "Mr. Kenda, may I have your autograph, sir?" I said, "Of course." And I signed it. My daughter says, "Dad?" I said, "What?" He said, "That man called you by name." I said, "Well, yeah, he did." "Well, how's he know your name?" "Well, you might be surprised, my dear, but I'm rather well known." So, by the end of the trip, I was her famous father. It was very funny. We had a good time taking it. So one thing TV did was that, afford us to be able to do that sort of thing. Kathy and I, she's a nurse, I'm a cop. We lived in a modest home, drove a used car, saved money for 20 years to send 2 kids to college like everybody else. And then this thing, one in the Navy, one in the Air Force, and this thing fell out of the sky. So I stand before you as living proof that even a blind pig finds an acorn once in a while, which is what this is, So Mrs. Kenda enjoys that. When the first time she rode in a limousine, we were in Colorado, and they always send a limousine to take us to the airport to film. So this Lincoln comes onto our driveway, and a guy in a business suit bails out, opens the left her door, and he says, "Madam." And Kathy just stood there, and I said, "Kathy, what? You're a madam. Get in." "Oh, yes, all right then." So she knows she's madam now, so that's fun. It's fun for me to, after all, I told her once, I said, all those times you said you wanted to kill me, aren't you glad you didn't? Look at you now. You're in a limousine, first class here, hey, this is very nice. She probably should have killed me anyway. So I appreciate you all coming. I continue to be amazed at the reception this show gets. It's just me. I have no script. I say whatever I want to say. They take out the profanity. I don't know why they do that. It's cable. Profanity is the language of the street, but that's the way it is. So they don't do that. But other than that, it's what I say. So how it works is that they interview me first because I don't know what I'm going to say until I turn a camera on. So I talk about the case, and they make a transcript like they do in court. Every word I say. They send that to the director of the reenactments in Knoxville, Tennessee. He uses that transcript to give to his writers to write scripts for the actors because they have no idea. They're actors. They weren't in Colorado, they were in Tennessee. So that's why it fits together so well. They only reenact what I talk about. I have to reduce the case to within reason because if I put a murder case on television, the show would last for 16 weeks and nobody'd watch it. It's maddening. You get on this rabbit warren, it's not the right one. This other one, oh no. Then you find this guy looks so good, so oh, this is the guy. And he's in jail the night the murder happened. Oh God, we gotta start over, right? Because not the guy, he had the best alibi in the world, he's in the can. So it's very frustrating work. It's very rewarding work. I worked one case for 9 years and one for 5 before I turned it. I never give up. I'm not smarter than anybody else, I'm just more stubborn. I just wouldn't give up. I think you deserve that if you were a victim. You stand in the victim's shoes because he can't anymore. And you speak for him or her because they can't speak. And that's your job. And I looked at it that way, and I looked at it as a mission. And everybody that worked for me felt the same way, and I hand-selected everybody in homicide because I wanted that same mentality. We're going to do something if there's something to be done. I don't care what time it is. I don't care the last time you ate. I don't care the last time you saw your wife. We have something to do, and we're going to do it. There is no 5 o'clock. It's whatever it takes, whatever it takes. You're here to chase the bad guys, and that requires effort. The most difficult homicide to resolve is the discovery homicide. Person's been dead a couple of days. Your bad guy has a head start. I hate head starts. I tell my people, my girls and my boys, I say, this guy, whoever did this, or girl, whoever did this crime, they're busy right now. They're destroying evidence. They're establishing an alibi. They're emotionally recovering. They're considering what we might find out or what we might know. They might even be fleeing the jurisdiction. What are we doing? We're standing here with our thumb in our ear. That's what we're doing. Now let's get busy. Because this is not a sprint, it's a marathon. Homicide's a marathon. You got to stay with it. You just have to stay with it. And I love doing that. It was euphoric to me to turn a shadow into a first, middle, and last name. It was exciting. You hunt humans who are dangerous. They have guns. Animals don't have guns. I think we should give animals guns and make hunting more interesting. How many bad hunters would we have then? That's I mean, he's got a gun too. Yes, he does. And he's looking for you while you're out there in the woods looking for it. So we're going to look this way a minute. Somebody wants to take my picture. And Catherine Sosby is here as well, who's been in the show. She's just shaking her head and trying to hide. Catherine was a journalist with the newspaper in Colorado Springs, one of the few journalists I ever knew.
Oh, great.
And she now hates me for doing this. And it's okay, she's always hated me, so it's no big deal, you know? And she appears in the show a few times talking about cases that she covered as a reporter for the Gazette-Telegraph, the local newspaper in Colorado. My wife has been in the show a couple of times. And Catherine lives in D.C., in the area of D.C. And Kathy, it was really funny. Kathy, we were in Jupiter Entertainment in Knoxville. And Kathy's being Kathy. She's yelled at the director. Well, he's always on television. I never get on television. I get yammered at him. So he looks at me and he winks and he said, Kathy Kenda, makeup and wardrobe. Kathy Kenda, makeup and wardrobe. She turned white as a sheet. I said, hey, you want to be on TV? Here you go. So she's been on TV, so that kind of slowed her up, you know, but she has been, so good for her. So we'll get to the signing. I've wasted enough of your evening, okay? Anybody have any questions they want to ask me real quick? Then we'll do that, and then we'll start signing books. Yes, sir.
I wanted to know what actually influenced you to follow your
career path that you ended up choosing?
I can't quite hear what you said.
What influenced you, or what person influenced you to follow your career path?
My uncle and myself when I was a kid. My uncle was a sergeant on the Colorado Highway Patrol. I always admired him. His name was Dan Morrissey. I named my son Dan after him. I always loved him. I thought he looked great in the uniform, you know, and I just thought that was really cool. But I was 9 years old, living in Pittsburgh. My parents took me to the Pittsburgh Zoo. Hey, Pittsburghers. Everybody's from the Burke, right?
Right.
Yeah, you
Yep.
And that was a big deal in the kid world, you know, go to the zoo. Oh, man, you know. So we go to the primate house, and there's a big sign in front of the primate house that said, around this corner is the most dangerous animal on earth. Everybody runs around the corner, it's a mirror. From ceiling to floor. All the adults were disappointed. I thought it was an epiphany. I stood there and stared at that mirror. What if it's true? What if that is, well, it is true, okay? Animals kill for need, humans kill for pleasure. There's no more dangerous creature in this world than a human being. And I thought about that for a long time. I got out of college. I went to grad school at Ohio State. I went to Pitt undergraduate, and I went to Ohio State grad school. I had visions of working for the government. I'm a black and white guy. The government is 243 shades of gray. I didn't think we'd get along, and we didn't. I quit in less than a month.
Wow.
And what could I do that I could do all by myself, rise or fall on my own ability? Murder must be the worst crime because we'll do the worst to you if you commit it. We'll put you in prison forever or we'll kill you. That's what I want to do. And that's what I did for 21 years. For a lot of people in a cage, most of them are still there. Some of them died in a cage, which is kind of amusing, I thought. And, you know, state funeral, $60 in a pine box. Anybody else? Yes, ma'am.
Do you get to consult with the director about how the crime scene looks like?
Yes, yes, I do. Except they restrict it a little bit to TV dead instead of real dead. I had a makeup girl one time. We had a girl that was strangled. She said, "How does somebody look when they get strangled?" So I tried to tell her, and the director said, "Don't listen to him. Do not listen to him. We don't want real dead. We want TV dead." Okay. Yeah. Don't listen to me then. Yeah. You'll never see murder or death presented in a movie or in television how it really looks. The one thing that impressed me the most about homicide scenes is how quiet it was. You know why it was quiet? There's nothing alive in there. It's startling. It's startling how silent it is. But death is ugly. Violent death is beyond ugly. And so TV doesn't represent it, movies don't represent it. But that's how it is. I just got the nod. That's it, we're done. Mrs. Kenda has spoken with a stroke of the neck, you know what I mean? That means shut up, is what that means. Nicely, of course. Thank you again for coming. So when they get you lined up, we'll do this sign.